Hello and welcome to my build show video of the magical tower for my witch couple that I've built. This will be mostly a video where I show what I've done and ramble about how I've done it. So it will sometimes go a little bit off the tracks. There'll be a lot of explaining with everyone who is curious how I did certain things. This is the this is the video to watch, because here we'll explain everything that comes up to mind. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask, either here in Twitch live chat where this is being recorded, or on YouTube in the comment section. I will try to answer everything I can. Okay, so maybe do we have this is a 30 to 20 lot, and it's in Glimmerbrook. You may be able to figure out which one it is, because these two houses are unchanged. I just left them. I think that has the same size as this one, and this is larger. And this could be smaller or have another size. I was starting first here, that's why there's a tower. But then I realized that the scenery around this is more beautiful over here, as it looks gorgeous with the mountains and the trees in the back. What I also realized is that the camera is a pain in the ass, because sometimes when you can't see, because I'm now at top of a tree, that's why it goes so high up. I zoom forward a very little bit and it goes down with the camera again. I go back and it goes up again. And that has been very annoying, especially when recording. See, why am I still so high up? Okay, I'll go a little bit. Yeah. This has been a little bit annoying sometimes to adjust things. So, first thing, what I used in this build is one important mod and some minor not relevant mods. You can certainly recreate all except for one part of this without mods. And that one mod that I used is linked in the previous video where I showcased the whole thing. That's the mod where I placed these waterfalls. They are a mod, and I will also link it in this video. If I don't, let me know in a comment. So that's the mod I used. And otherwise I of course used cc.moveobjects, the little cheat that lets you move things without having it to align to the grid. Very helpful. And I also used the objects, the hidden objects that are not really meant for purchase for your sim, as they sometimes do not cost anything. I will also post those cheats in the video description, but you can also easily find them on Google. But just Sims 4 build cheats and you will find them. They're not really cheats, they're just easier, making things easier to build. So as you can see, for the garden I moved a lot of objects around. When I hover over here with the mouse, you see it highlights a bunch of things. Like if I move something away, it's just this little part. Doesn't do more. And I can barely place it anywhere, and the reason for that is I have not moved objects on. So let's push escape and turn that quickly on. Do I remember it? Was it bb.moveobjects? Haha, I remembered that one. I always have to look them up on Google as well, because I keep forgetting the word for them. Now I can grab something and move it around, place it wherever I want, and with the buttons of minus and no, what is it? Which buttons was it? Oh, I cannot tell you the button because I have a Swiss German keyboard, and it's different buttons on the American keyboard. So for me, it's the one next to backspace that make an object smaller or bigger, and 0 and 9. 0 and 9. Is it the one below? Oh, is it the one below backspace? No. Which one was it? There is one to lower or rise it. Oh, it remembers my camera settings. Interesting. Ah, this is to turn. The comma and the point, the dot are to turn. There is 1, 2. I don't remember it. Is it on the numlock? Jeez, it has been too long. This is very unprofessional. I quickly pause and check. Okay, I found it out. So, lifting an object is 9 is lifting it up. Oh wait, I'm not in the game. Now, so 9 is lifting it up and 0 is lowering it. The problem I have, control and the number also sets in the camera and it remembers them. See, this is 8 for me because and this is 7 because those are the camera locks I used. Sadly 9 is also a camera and I don't know yet how I can remove that. But that's good to know, probably also good to know for you. So the 4 buttons next to backspace are for adjusting objects. Also, if you don't want it auto-aligned to the grid, you can press Alt on your keyboard and then move it. Same goes for turning. It usually aligns to set degrees, but if you use Alt, you can smoothly rotate it. So that's how I did a lot of this terrain. I just grabbed all the beautiful terrain I could find and then placed it. The way I work is I usually just place everything I like and then move it around because I want an example of everything I like, so I'd remember, oh yeah, right, that's a thing, let's look for that, since the sorting is not that great for some things. Sometimes they're like, oh yeah, where is it again? Oh yeah, on the flowers. And where is this? Oh, this is actually considered a tree. Okay, weird stuff like that. Then what you can see best when I go lower down, and you may be most curious about, this is a pool. What I have in here is just a big pool, or multiple pools, and a lot of rocks around it. So in here you have the classic traditional pool with the modded waterfall over here. How did I do the little waters? They are even easier because they're also part of pools or of fountains. They mixed stuff around since the pond update. I started this build before the pond update. Let's see where this is now. No, not the water tool. Here, I think. Spring water emitter. Spring water emitter. It's this. These little things are water emitters. If I go into play mode, you see, back into build mode, I just placed these. I went down here and I lifted them up with 9, which I cannot show right now because the camera is locked on that. But I went down here and lifted them up, put them into position so it looks like flowing water. I did the same for all these places, for the whole pools over here. And them to hide them better, that's why I placed a lot of rocks around here, and also these stones in here. Those are just some floor things, and if I remove them, you can see, oh, there's actually these water emitters beneath. And then around to hide the ugly, very straight-walled pool walls, I just placed rocks directly into the walls. These pools are not made for swimming anyway. So as you see, there's just a pool wall with a rock pattern on it. But what I did was I placed this and lifted it up. Oh my god, it's so painful that I cannot show how the lifting up is now with the camera, because if I press 9, it puts my camera back here. And that's how you do a lot of things. Sometimes an easy way to do it is place one, lift it up where it's about in the right position, place a second one next to it, and then go up, check, oh, is this about where I wanted it? No, it needs to go a little bit more to the left. Go down again, take the second one, adjust it to a little bit to the left of this where you wanted it, check, is the second one better? Oh no, the first one is still better, it's now a little bit too far to the left. Let's go back, grab the second one again, put it where you want it, check again, oh yeah, the second one is much better, but I think it should go a little bit further up. Pick the first one, adjust it to the second one, go a little bit further up and check, oh yeah, this is very good. Done. Usually working with two pieces is easier to make it align very well. So I just moved a lot of pools around here and added all these rocks and water things. And of course the spraying water emitters. Also over here I just used this decorative monkey stone from, it's the Japanese style add-on, the Snowy Escape. And place them here on a little bit higher above some rocks, right in front of the walls, and place the waterfall behind it. And there is even this little from the Jungle Adventures thingy, this wall piece that I also placed there. Some of it was very fiddly and it took very long to place things in a way that I liked. So that is that. Let's go to daylight. I gave the water, of course, a nice color, and to have this weird shining light that is sometimes at night. You know, this purpley glow. You see these green bubbles? They haven't been here before, right? Just when I went into play mode, they appeared. Those are lava lamps that I scaled down, and I did not realize that the bubbles do not get scaled down. But they give the really nice light. You may be able to pick a different lamp, should be smarter than one that leaves green bubble. You better test it, because I did not test it. And then when I was done with the whole thing, these green bubbles appeared and I was like, oh no. So yeah. Let's go to the top again. These are just floor windows. Where do you find them again? Crystal clear. Crystal clear. They're in decorations. And then they're just floor windows basically. And I think I scaled them down to better fit the measurements of the whole thing. There are really good tutorials that explain way better how to make round balconies online on YouTube. Just search Sims 4 round balcony and you'll find how to make them. Also, as you may have noticed, this one disappears when being on lower ground. Right, this is ground floor, which the house base floor is. If I go one up, suddenly certain pieces appear. And the reason is this is first floor or second floor, depending on where you live and how it's measured. Oh my god, why do measurements have to be not universal? Well, what I want to say is, to make a bridge, there are also really good bridge tutorials on YouTube. How to make a bridge. You basically make a house. Wait, maybe I can show this real quickly, how to make a bridge. Just go to manage worlds. We don't need to save, I'm just trying stuff. Okay, I can show it on this lot here. Okay, if you want a bridge, go to build mode, grab a wall, let there be some light. You cannot make diagonal bridges, which is very sad. Or can you? No, you cannot make diagonal stairs, and that's a problem for the bridges. So let's have this. Then we go one up. Then I'll do this. Very nice. Then I'll grab the one below. I'll delete this. I'll grab this. I lower this to nearly to maybe here. Then I'll grab stairs. Let's get some wooden. No, let's get wooden stairs here. Right, copy them. Are they too close to the tower? They are too close to the tower. Oh well. Let's grab this and then make it a little bit a shorter bridge, right? Good. Copy them. Turn around. Good. Is the bridge not high enough? Too high? Well, let's lower it a little bit. This is fine. And then I can grab a pool or a pond. So with the new pond tool, I can dig a hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole. And fill it with water. A bridge house, a tower bridge. And then of course it looks not like a bridge, so let's just grab this and remove these here. Have a proper floor. Wood is good. I can even make this like this now that we have no more walls on these sides. And is there a fitting one for that? Wooden one. Maybe this. Nah, it's the wrong wood. Is this better? Yeah, this looks better. It's not the perfect one, but don't have the time. So we have created a bridge. G on the keyboard. G is to remove the grid. Oh, what we can do here, is it this one or is it, I think it's this one. Grab this. This one, take a wood color. This one has the better wood colors. This dark wood here. Oh, this is a bit thick. Is this better? It is, just not dark enough. It's a bit of a mess finding the right wood tone sometimes. It is always a big mess to find the right wood tone. But as you see, you can also do the sides in a... I mean, this works as well, I guess. Right. The more appropriate brown. So it's not the white that is sometimes quite ugly. And this looks fine. Here you can also see how I just made the tower. It's just a hexagonal. Let's turn the grid on. Oh yeah, to turn the grid on back. Let's go down a notch. Also, you see here, if I turn the walls down, this bridge is on the same level as the first floor up here. So what I cannot do, it's a bit difficult if you want to combine this with something over here, because this is the same level. I cannot build a stair from this layer to this layer. What I can do is a stair from this layer to this layer, or stairs from this layer to this layer. Of course, I cannot do it the way it's positioned here because the stairs would be insanely long. But for example, if I'm pulling these two much larger parts, remove the ceiling, and I think I have to remove these stairs as well. But what I should be able to do is nearly okay. The reason is no, not this. Remove these stairs. See? That works. And if I move this closer, like this, can I make a stairs here? Yes. It's a bit glitchy at times, see? Need to find the right spots. Now I connected. Because this is the second floor. I was able to connect it with the stairs that goes up to the first floor and with the stairs that goes also up to the second floor. I can move this over here. So I can even make this a little bit bigger. So 2 stairs directly on top of each other. With that, you can make quite a few wonky things. What you need to keep in mind, you have to build a second building first and then make sure it doesn't auto-align the floors. Because if I start from this building and expand out and I want to lower the second building, it will lower this one as well as it keeps it connected. But because I built a building separately, you know, like this building again has a different height than the tower. Obviously the tower has a basement. If I go up here, this is aligned with the tower and this is not. And it's obviously not aligned with this one. To be aligned with this one, I would have to... Here, now it is aligned with this one. And as you see, you can see I put it into the floor. If I would remove this, it fills up underneath and this is the exact same height as this one. So that's how bridges are made. And you can make bridges very simple, just to pass over water. Can be a pond, can be a pool, doesn't matter. But you can also make bridges to connect like 2 towers. Because I can show you that on the other build. I wanted that little small hovering tower in the air. I wanted that to be connected with a slightly hanging bridge. I didn't want it to be an arched bridge, but more of the opposite direction. Eine hängende Brücke. Okay, I need to quickly... Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay. Let's see again. You can see where my character stands. This is a different... Is it a different floor? Or did I do... Wait, let's go one down. No, it's the same floor. This is a platform. I made sure to raise the other spots and make a platform here so it looks like a lowered bridge. The reason why I couldn't make this as an appropriate hanging bridge that goes hanging a little bit more is I would have had to make it as another floor, and that got in the way with other floors and especially with the roofing. So that was very complicated. I tried for hours, and that's why I haven't really uploaded an actual live build of this, because I took too many hours and I fumble around with a lot of things. And if you think this video I'm making right now is super long and very rambly, yeah, it's a short variant of how I build things. So yeah. Also these green things, some of them are on this level of the floor. Others are technically on the level below. Sometimes I had to drag out a floor or to create a floor in the air, just so I could place these and then lift them up by pushing 9. Just place a bunch of greenery and lift them up to where I wanted them. And then remove the floor in a way that doesn't remove everything on top of the floor, because some of these green things were considered being on a floor below, and if I removed that floor, just removed it, the whole floor, they got removed as well. Let's have light again. So also with these rocks, some of these rocks are in theory on the lower level. You see, they're still here. But I wanted them to cover up some of the walls and look like the whole thing is built on natural rocks. Also, some of these are just outscaled. As long as the base is inside the territory, it's fine for things to overlap. I mean, this is absolutely not on a buildable part. But if you have move objects active, you can place something here, make it bigger, and just move it just about at the edge. And some parts will overlap onto this green part. And I love that. Because Sims 4 you sadly cannot build around your lot. Also some things like these I just made bigger and placed them into the water and lifted them up so they have the right position and do not align with certain walls, because some objects align automatically with a wall, and if I don't want that, then I have to find a way to go below, place it somewhere where it doesn't align with anything, move it to the spot I want, blindly move it upwards with 9 until it's at the right spot, to be sure place a second version of the same thing at the same place, maybe a little bit lower. Then go check, is it high enough? Check on the whole tower, does it look good? Ah, should be a little bit higher. Go back down, grab one of the two and raise it higher. I usually use 2 objects because one is more like a means of measurement. Because if I grab one, it gets put automatically to ground level, which means I have to start assuming the height again. I cannot just be like, oh, let's grab this and move it an inch upwards. If I grab something, I can show it like here. Like, I have this, and no, I cannot because of the camera. Ah! But if I grab one of these things here, we'll see they will get dropped again. You see, it puts it wherever is the lowest next ground, which differs a lot. And I just needed a second one to measure. When you try to build something, you will realize what I mean. Then also here you can see that you do not see this little part over here. And the very simple reason is it's a level higher, it's second floor. Even though it looks like it's the same thing, this is technically the bridge thing I showed earlier, and it's connected with a little stair over here that goes up, despite technically this floor being on a higher level than the base floor where it goes to. So when people walk over here, it is considered them walking upstairs. I also pay a lot of attention to these walls and to the rocks and for things to align very well. And I really love when the Sims gives me the same wood patterns. I love when the brown here is the same brown as on the walls. It annoys me when every little brown is a different notch of a brown. There are some patterns that look really cool and I never use them because they have not the right color and they don't go along with anything. Also here, this is a window curtain in theory, which I just placed with move objects in the middle of the room because I think it's actually a really cool room divider. Those are some really easy things you can do. Also the Schmine, what's it called? What's it called in English? In Swiss German we say Schmine, which is the French word. In German it's der Schornstein. The fireplace. It's also just a wall with a fitting pattern on it, and then up here. Oh, I placed twice, I guess, didn't notice. This is just a half wall that I did, and then placed one of these on top, and raised it with 9, which, again, my camera, I'm so sorry. I really have to figure out how to do this after the video, because when I build again I will need it. So yeah. Because without the half wall, if I just remove this, first of all, it tends to hover down in the air. I can lower it. It's only like this. And I thought that makes no sense because the window here is right next to it. And this would smoke so deep into it. This is just not high enough. So I want this here. And then I did raise it up. Over here, I also, this is actually very simple because this is just a tree. A beautiful tree. And a bunch of waterfalls angled around it, and again the spraying water emitters within. Aligning this tree was a pain in the ass. As you see, you shift a little bit too far and it jumps over. It was an absolute pain in the ass. But it's doable, so yeah. What else could I explain? Yeah, the different levels of pools, it's very easy. You just create a pool. As long as they don't touch, you can move them on the level. Yeah, I don't want, can I get, okay, I need to remove. Now I can. And as you see, here is this button with which you can lift it up or down. Which of course doing so destroys everything. But that's how I made different levels of them. Also, yeah, right, the reason why the thing was I was originally wanting to explain is this bridge is a higher level than the basement. This is again 2nd floor. If we go down 1 floor, now it disappeared. The bridge, the floor, this over here, all disappeared because it's 2nd floor. That allowed me to create this a little bit higher up with these little pillars underneath and have this beautiful lower bridge as well. And this here, this is also just an object that I scaled around that I thought, oh, this looks beautiful, I want this here. And luckily the grey aligns very well with the rest. An also neat thing you can do is grab a plant and put it into a vase or a pot or something. Will actually look amazing, as if it was meant to be in there. Also, I really, the things I love most are these ferns and these, what is this? Low-lying palm plant. You can fit them at so many places. Super nice thing. They look good nearly anywhere. And you can easily align them. With 9 raise them up, and with 0 lower them down. Oh yeah, so here I just made stairs, which hexagonal towers with limited space, and stairs is a pain in the ass, believe me. To fit these stairs somehow in and fit a couch beneath. Oh my god, I tried for so long. But it worked and I'm super happy about the result. Up here I couldn't do another stairs like this because there was just not enough space. I mean, in theory there was enough space, but I would not have any room for anything else. And it's kind of dumb to have a mid-floor that is just stairs. Then it's kind of pointless to have it in the first place. But luckily these ladders are a thing, so we can get up here. The whole thing is anyway not wheelchair friendly. I'm really sorry for that. You have to ask the witches to carry you up with a broom. Then the gaming room that some may have wanted to see. Can have a closer look. No. Like this. So yeah, I put. What you can do is, because it's sometimes annoying when you grab something and it auto aligns it. And if you don't want that, what you can do is grab this, move it here, grab the thing you want to place. It auto aligns to something here and also the height. Push Alt and move it over. And as long as there is nothing else that it auto aligns to, it will keep the height. Now there's a table to auto align to, so I will have to grab the table. You see how this screen is flying in the air apparently? That's because that's how I placed it. Grab this and just see, I can move it around here and place it in a way I want. And then bring this back into position. And ta-da-da-da, I have it somewhere not aligned to anything. If you want to place a lot of clutter, then that's really helpful. Just move all your furniture away and place it somewhere else. Use it just for height and then move with Alt the object over. I mean, this is actually a fully blown armor. I just made it smaller and placed it here so it looks like a collectible toy. Of course, it's a lot of eye measuring and moving the furniture back and realize, oh, it's a little bit over the edge. Move it back, realign. It's a very fiddly kind of work, but it allows you to place so much clutter. And I love that. I realized this table was also not aligned, eh? Whatever. I'm not saving this. So yes, the last thing I think that I want to explain is the stairs. The stairs with the statue beneath. Oh boy. This was painful. I can tell you, this was painful. Because this was a lot of experimenting. This was a case of I somehow did it and I wasn't sure how I did it, so I kept it. If you want, I'm sorry, I don't remember how I did it with the arches. Can I copy the stairs and place it? I cannot. I mean, in theory, I can place it here. Okay, you see, the first part, the last part here, is just a wall, right? Or is it? It may cut it off here. Okay, let's check if I can grab the arches here. Yes. Okay. So we can do arches here. And people will be able to walk underneath the stairs. And I also did, this was now very simple. But there was a reason why this was annoying. Let's scale it down. No wait, this was scale it down. Turn it around. And I can place the statue here. Oh yeah, the reason why it was complicated is I needed a foundation here to be able to place the stairs on the other side. And I also needed to get stairs downside as well. And it was very close here because the stairs had to go deep down enough for people to walk down, so it's not, they don't bump their heads. Because if it's too narrow, they can't walk down anymore. And I was limited in some regards, as I did not want to push the whole thing further up. But damn do I love different elevations. It's just like at the kitchen here. can see it's all at a higher elevation, and then with move objects I placed this one in here. It's technically not on the level, see? It glitches a little bit around. But I found out it's workable. Even if it's technically on the lower level, as long as it's just one step, my sim can work it from here, can stand on this side and use this to work, and they can sit here and eat. It all works out. Different kinds of levels are so good. I love the platform tool. That's just amazing. And you can also have things overlap, and it's not even really visible. I mean, of course, if I hover over in build mode, it's visible, which is good. But otherwise, it's not visible, and it's fully functional. I think the only thing that may not be functional if I would place the sink over here. Also, it looks terrible then, because it just puts a hole in the other thing, and so everything that overlaps, well, yeah, is shown in the kitchen sink. That's why it's over here. And can only be over here, as every other spot would reveal the way I did this. Since we do not have the curved automatic applying kitchen furniture here. So yeah. So just stairs, and then I lifted the ground behind it and did some terraforming to fit it. Because in theory these stairs may be in the air, but it doesn't. If you look closely, you can actually see that there's a gap. There's an ugly little gap here. But if you terraform smooth, then it's not visible that there may be gaps. Also, at these things, this is technically something to be placed on a wall. But I just put it here. No, I did not put it here. I put it here and lifted it up. So it looks good here. That's how I did a lot of these things when they auto-aligned to something I didn't want it to auto-align to. Also, this one is technically on the floor lower, because here you see it wants to align, and that's so annoying. Sure, I can try here and try to go as damn it, go as close as I want. You see, super annoying. That's why it's a little bit grayish and not as bright when I take it over, because it's not on this floor, so it doesn't get the lighting of this floor. Also, these angled doors, they're fully functional, which is really cool. Everything here is functional. I always try to make, I'm getting very annoyed when I create something and the sim can't use it. And I just realized I forgot the gaming console. What I'm not sure is if they can sit on a kotatsu and use a gaming console. I know they can sit on a kotatsu and watch TV, but do they use a gaming console if I place one? I don't know. Gotta try that. So, I said there is one more mod. You can see it here. This object. This is from a mod. I don't remember. It has been years, many years. I even forgot I had this. And then I played The Sims and discovered, oh, I have this mod, right. I love it. I just love this. An actual DM screen for D&D playing. Amazing. And even little dice, a small dice set. Let me make it bigger. And this is amazing. This is a mod. I can't link it to you because I don't remember where I got it from. It has been many years. Sims 4 is quite old by now. But the waterfall is linked in the description. And I think I've explained everything else. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. and I'm happy to explain. So yeah, this is how I built the whole thing. Thank you for watching and see you next time.